Want to know how digital media majors apologize to their girlfriends?
Oh, no, Paige.
Don't worry, babe. I'll fix it in post.
Anyways, welcome back to Bit by Bit, a student-made digital media productions talk show.
I'm Paige Schoen.
And I'm Charlie Meredith.
And we'll be your hosts for Bit by Bit.
Through the eyes of digital media production students enrolled in this fall's Multicam Studio Production course,
this will be a weekly talk show packed full of silly, informative segments with 9 episodes to go.
Segments are our game, Bit by Bit's the name.
This week we've got weather, facts you didn't know,
trivia, ghost hunting,
and tailgate talks. But first, Central News.
Welcome to Central News, your news updates for all things UCM, Warrensburg, and the greater Johnson County area. I'm Linda Alviar, and this is Central News. The ballot language for proposed abortion restrictions is being revised following a Cole County judge's ruling. Judge Daniel Green ruled last week that Missouri's proposed abortion amendment will need to be revised before it appears on Missouri ballots in the 2026 general election. Green ordered that the proposed ballot language is misleading. He said that the ballot language does not make clear to voters that the measure would overturn abortion rights that were added to the Missouri Constitution last year. The American Civil Liberties Union of Missouri filed the lawsuit in July, arguing the ballot wording was inaccurate and misleading. The Missouri Secretary of State, Denny Hoskins, now has until tomorrow to submit revised ballot language. The University of Central Missouri is set to host Family Weekend this week. Family Weekend activities will run from this Friday to Sunday. Family activities include the annual Family Weekend breakfast, color run, family bingo night, and family festival. A concert featuring Plain White Tees with Noah Richardson will follow the Mules football home game against Missouri Southern. Doors for the concert open at 5 p.m. with music starting at 5:30 p.m. The Warrensburg International Association of Firefighters will host the Run for Old Drum 5 and 10K to raise funds for Old Drum Animal Shelter. The fundraiser begins at 8:30 a.m. September 27th at the Warrensburg Amtrak station. Additional donations such as blankets, dog treats, and laundry detergent are also requested. The Moonlight Market will wrap up the 2025 Warrensburg Farmers Market season this weekend. The Moonlight Market will close out the 2025 Warrensburg Farmers Market season this September 27th at 4:30 p.m. The event will feature vendors, food trucks, and live music from Lurman, Schaefer, and Czech around the Johnson County Courthouse.
So, Charlie, what are you more excited for, the football game or the Plain White Tees concert?
Definitely the Plain White Tees concert, but I think the only song I know of theirs is Hey There, Delilah.
Yeah, I don't think they actually have any other songs, but hey, maybe after all this time, Delilah will finally tell us what it's like in New York City.
All right, guys, this next segment is one of my favorites.
Yeah, right next to sports.
Right. Keeping you guys informed on the niche media news for the week.
Introducing our next segment, Did You Know? Welcome back to Did You Know? This segment where reality is always stranger than fiction.
And sometimes way creepier than we'd like.
Did you know that scientists in Texas have found a hybrid between a green jay and a blue jay?
Really? So it's like a teal jay?
Basically. Now, we have these two species, both separated by geography and millions of years of evolution, that suddenly went, hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a new bird.
So nature just decided to make a new Pokemon, but then didn't give it a proper backstory? They just plopped it in some guy's backyard.
I'm just glad that it wasn't a hybrid between a pigeon and a goose, because the world is just honestly not ready for that level of chaos.
Speaking of chaos, Finland has an actual mobile phone throwing championship.
Oh, that's not a sport. That's just customer service rage therapy.
No, it's actually real. They measure distance like it's the Olympics. Who can throw their old Nokia the farthest?
And plot twist, the phone still works after it lands because it's a Nokia.
I just want to see the American version with categories like iPhone toss after yet another bad update and Android yeet when it dies at 2%.
Or Samsung toss, but it's disqualified if it catches fire.
And look, if you're throwing a Nokia to vent your frustration, imagine what happens when reality itself starts shifting.
Exactly, which brings us to the internet's creepiest shorthand for when life doesn't quite feel right. Did you know that the phrase, "the lamp looks weird," actually comes from a horror story?
Right. It's not just about bad decor. It's actually from a Reddit story about an athlete who got knocked out on the field.
While unconscious, he lived his entire life in a coma. Childhood, career, wife, kids, decades of memories.
And then one day in his dream world, he looked over and he saw that his lamp just looked wrong. And that tiny detail broke the illusion.
He woke up instantly and realized that none of it had happened. He was still out cold on that field.
So now the internet just casually drops, "The lamp looks weird," anytime reality feels sketchy.
Rent due? Lamp looks weird. Boss emails you on a Sunday? Lamp looks weird. Mark von Schlemmer on TikTok? Lamp looks weird.
And to think that one little detail spiraled into a whole meme people use for existential dread.
Speaking of memes, not all of them are terrifying. Some of them are just painfully accurate.
Yeah, like the entire archetype of the performative male.
Now, we're not talking about all men in general. We're just talking about people who post like they're auditioning for Philosopher of the Year.
Yeah, it's the guy who takes a brooding selfie with a matcha latte and captions it, "Life is foam, temporary, fragile, fleeting."
Or the guy that stands in front of a bookshelf with a book that he's never read, waiting for comments like, "Wow, he's so deep."
So whether it's birds fusing, Nokia's flying, lamps glitching, or lattes philosophizing,
The world keeps proving that it doesn't need writers. We're already ridiculous enough.
and that's all for Did You Know? Forever proving that reality is stranger than fiction.
But don't leave yet, because we've got a bit more coming your way.
Up next, we're skip, step, and hopping into something you won't want to miss.
So stick around. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
With a degree in digital media production, you'll learn to think on your feet while quickly adapting to the ever-evolving digital media environment. Produce professional quality media using the hands-on experience you need to make a difference for your employer or clients. Our program offers training in high-demand fields such as sports reporting, radio operations and podcasting, filmmaking, and television broadcasting. With concentrations in radio and podcasting, cinematic arts, and live studio and sports production, there are a lot of opportunities to choose from to build your skills. Work with UCM faculty that are active professionals in the industry and experts in their respective fields. They bring real-world experience to the classroom and encourage one-on-one interaction with students. Together, you'll focus on planning, writing, editing, producing, and publishing digital media. For more information about the Digital Media Production Program, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
Looking to have a fun time on campus or a family-friendly place to have fun? Check out the Union Bowling Center. We have the lowest prices in town, only $5 per game and $22 per hour for community members, and $4 per game or $17 per hour for UCM students and employees. That cost includes shoes and tax. There's also convenient and free parking on the corner of Clark and Holden for any member of the public to use. Let the good times roll at the Union Bowling Center. Open from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays, and from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back. We're your hosts, Charlie.
And Paige.
So, our producer compromised with me and agreed that we get to get our sports stats segment out of the way.
Yeah, for Charlie's health, and because our fans are literally begging us to bring back Pablo and Chuck.
Over to the biggest sports fans we know.
Take it away, boys.
The Bills beat the Dolphins 31-21. The Vikings beat the Bengals 48-10. The Jaguars beat the Texans 17-10. And the Colts beat the Titans 41-20. Whoa.
The Commanders beat the Raiders 41-24. The Eagles beat the Rams 33-26. The Steelers beat the Patriots 21-14. And the Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0. Falcons, more like Falcons.
Good one, Pablo.
Oh, thank you, Big Chuck.
The Browns beat the Packers 13-10. The Buccaneers beat the Jets 29-27. The Chargers beat the Broncos 23-20. The Seahawks beat the Saints 44-13. Go Hawks.
And the Bears beat the Cowboys 31-14. The Chiefs beat the Giants 22-9. And the 49ers beat the Cardinals 16-15. Woo! Close one.
Well, I don't know about you, Pablo, but I won my bet this week.
Well, Big Chuck, how much you win?
$20.
Nice. That's nice.
Did you bet anything?
Well, yeah, I bet on the Cowboys, who lost bad.
What'd you bet? What'd you lose?
My home.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. If anybody has a couch for me to sleep on, leave it in the comments down below.
Back to you, girls.
So that wasn't too bad. Not too bad.
We're always just so happy to bring out Big Chuck and Pablo. Just not crazy about the circumstances.
We're always happy to inform you guys. Next up, we've been getting reports of a ghost here on campus.
Really? Where?
Believe it or not, right upstairs. No. We sent our interns back on the streets to go check it out.
Okay, Rudy, so here's my theory. In 2019, UCM, the theater department, they held a production of Newsies. And there was this understudy named Brad.
Brad.
And everybody remembers the show that Brad finally got to be in because it would be his last. Immediately before his big number, the understudy, who finally made it on stage, fell off of the front of the stage and tragically fell to his death in front of the entire live audience. It's right here in the lobby of the theater that we're gonna try to summon him. And to do so, Rudy, you're gonna sing a song for us.
Why me?
Because I can't sing, so it has to be you.
All right then, so be it. Okay guys, I'm about to summon Brad by singing the Newsies. Let's try this out. My own gold watch with a chain to twirl it. My very own bed in an indoor toilet.
A barbershop haircut that cost a quarter.
Bro, the Newsies aren't even British.
You just wouldn't understand my artistic choices, you stupid American.
Kanan, when we're ghost hunting, don't be insulting my intelligence. I know I'm dumb sometimes, but just hear me out, Keenan.
Kanan. Who's Kanan?
If you're really dead, then what does it feel like?
Honestly, it's an experience like no other. It lets you travel through life and you gain a sense of euphoria.
Well, there you have it. Think he's a ghost. So I low-key think I have to exorcise Keenan because that British guy was getting on my nerves. So I looked up on Reddit how to exorcise someone, and they said I had to tie him down, so I got that going. But next, I gotta read some suspicious lines to him to see if I can pull this ghost out of Keenan. So let's try this out. Keenan, spirit, leave this mortal vessel, your time has passed. Chill. All right, I think it's working. Let's continue. Spirit, this vessel is not yours for the taking. It's life that's continuing, just as yours once was. Okay. So I think he's exercised now, which is perfect. Keenan, you exercise?
Rudy, that was crazy. Pretty sure that when I was possessed, my mind, it melded with Brad's. And I think we can help put his soul to rest if we just give him an audience.
So be it.
Really? I was kind of expecting more pushback from you. So, Brad, if you can hear this, this will be for you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. My own gold watch and a chain to twirl in. My very own bed with an inside toilet.
Hello. Well, I wasn't understudy for a reason.
I think we're ready to give Brad his very own performance he never got. Brad, take it away.
I wish I wouldn't have banged up that knee, or it would be a little bit better. But chip, chip, cheerio. Here we go. Step with me, come on.
Okay, you guys. Honestly, I wish that performance had lasted just a little bit longer. It was beautiful. So, but Brad's at peace now, which I guess means we got ghosted!
Now I know why I always get a chill while I'm walking to classes.
Should we be here? I'm feeling a little uneasy.
I think we'll be fine. Plus, I've got something to distract you.
Really? What is it?
We're gonna talk to Mako for this week's weather.
Yeah, over to Mako for, is this even weather?
Okay, thank you, Paige and Charlie. It's me again, Mako, back for another weather day. Officially my second day as a weather guy. Speaking of weather, this week is gonna make the locals feel like a punching bag. What? Oh, forget it. We'll do it live. Sunday, we will experience rain and thunder with a low of 62 degrees and a high of 82. Monday, we should expect even more rain with 45%, maybe 50. Has low degrees of 65 and a high of 81. It'll still feel stupid humid and rain on you. Kick us while we're down, why not? Tuesday, careful what you wear. Put those white shoes away. There's an 80% chance of even more rain with a low 66 and a high of 75. Wednesday will be the exact same as making things worse as usual. 75% chance of rain and a low of 62 and a high of 73. The rest of the days over there will try to help us out. Will try to help us bring the sun out while we're not burning us. Thursday, low set 57 to 75. Friday, low of 54, high to 77. Saturday, low 56 and a high of 78. It seems to not be too cold, but not as hot as it's been for some time. That's all we have today. Like I said, be wary as we aren't even sure if this is even weather. Back to you, Paige.
Thank you, Mako.
I'm glad we're inside because I do not want to be outside in all of that rain.
What? My hydrangeas are gonna enjoy the rain. Why can't you appreciate wildlife?
We just really have nothing to look forward to weather-wise.
Well, I'm cool with the rain. You're the one who can't stop complaining.
Oh, hush. We'll see who's complaining after the next segment.
I bet money it's gonna be you. And now, welcome. It is time for Common Knowledge Trivia, the show where the questions are super obvious, or at least they should be.
Oh, so you're just gonna humiliate me again.
This week, we are sticking with the childhood media. Last week, it was movies. This week, it's all about the TV shows that we grew up on. You know, Cartoon Network, Disney Channel, Nickelodeon, and even some Boomerang.
Okay, so basically if it was on while I was 6 and eating Dino Nuggets, then I might know it.
Great, yeah, let's find out. 8 easy questions. Common knowledge, no excuses. You know how seriously I take this, Charlie. Question number 1. On SpongeBob SquarePants, what is the name of SpongeBob's pet snail?
Oh, okay, I know that one. Gary.
Correct. See, okay, you're starting strong, but let's see if this one gets you. On Phineas and Ferb, what is the name of their platypus who is secretly a spy?
Oh, it's Perry the Platypus, or Agent P.
Okay, nice. Got both names. I was gonna try to trick you there. That's good. All right, I'm almost impressed. I have to be honest. All right, now, in Scooby-Doo, what is Shaggy's real first name?
So his first name isn't Shaggy. Like,
You thought his name was Shaggy?
yes? Okay, so is it like Scott? Okay.
Don't make me mad. Norville. It's Norville Rogers. That's literally canon.
In what episode? I'm sorry, I didn't watch the one episode where they call him Norville.
So you watched the episode where they called him Scott?
Good point.
Yeah, Anyway, on regular show, what kind of animal is Rigby?
Oh, he's a raccoon.
Nice. Really good. Correct. You're making a comeback. I'm almost proud of you. On Kim Possible, what is the name of Ron Stoppable's naked mole rat sidekick?
Shoot, naked mole rat. Easy. Oh, Snuggles.
Rufus.
I didn't even get to say it.
It's Rufus. Classic mole rat sidekicks. Come on.
Oh yeah, because I just should know every mole rat sidekick, you know. Because clearly I've just been robbed of my childhood knowledge.
Okay, so this is where you play the victim, and this is where I can't feel bad for you anymore. Because you just weren't paying attention. Where's your sense of whimsy?
Whimsy?
Whimsy.
Okay, whatever.
Speaking of whimsy, on Adventure Time, what is the name of Finn's magical dog?
I know this one. Jake.
Nice. Okay, finally, some confidence. Don't get used to it. You know, sometimes people ask me, Paige, you're an adult. Why are you still watching so many children's shows? And to them I say, shut up. On The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, what is the name of the hotel that they live in?
Okay.
Please don't get this wrong.
You see, I was confident until you said that.
Just please.
Okay, well, I think it's the Tipton Hotel.
Correct! All right. That was respectable.
Okay.
Okay, final question of the week. On Total Drama Island, which character has a breakdown after losing her MP3 player?
Okay, I love Total Drama, but like, that's so specific. I don't know.
Okay, come on.
I don't know.
It was Lindsay! Come on! Iconic meltdown.
You know, I was just like more of a Courtney fan myself, you know?
Please don't. Okay, please don't. And that's it for another round of common knowledge trivia. You got 5 out of 8 this week. That's passing.
Well, apparently, according to Paige, I only half paid attention to my childhood.
Half being generous. Okay, tune in next week when we really test Charlie on some more common knowledge.
Yippee!
That was so fun.
Sure, yeah. I'm just glad that I actually technically won.
Yeah, well, let's not forget how you did last week.
I got the same amount right last week as I did this week.
Yeah, but you got 3 wrong. Okay, so let's move on to our next segment. You're gonna love this one.
What?
That's right. Over to Big Chuck and Pablo introducing Tailgate Talks after the break.
With a degree in digital media production, you'll learn to think on your feet while quickly adapting to the ever-evolving digital media environment. Produce professional quality media using the hands-on experience you need to make a difference for your employer or clients. Our program offers training in high-demand fields such as sports reporting, radio operations and podcasting, filmmaking, and television broadcasting. With concentrations in radio and podcasting, cinematic arts, and live studio and sports production, there are a lot of opportunities to choose from to build your skills. Work with UCM faculty that are active professionals in the industry and experts in their respective fields. They bring real-world experience to the classroom and encourage one-on-one interaction with students. Together, you'll focus on planning, writing, editing, producing, and publishing digital media. For more information about the Digital Media Production Program, please visit ucmo.edu/DMP.
Looking to have a fun time on campus or a family-friendly place to have fun? Check out the Union Bowling Center. We have the lowest prices in town, only $5 per game and $22 per hour for community members, and $4 per game or $17 per hour for UCM students and employees. That cost includes shoes and tax. There's also convenient and free parking on the corner of Clark and Holden for any member of the public to use. Let the good times roll at the Union Bowling Center. Open from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekdays, and from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. on weekends.
Is there anything more important than your family's safety? Hi, this is Casey Lund from Collision Leaders. Cars and trucks today are manufactured differently, and not all body shops are certified to repair them properly. We've invested in your family's safety with the latest in cutting-edge technology and training. Go to any of our locations in Higginsville, Grain Valley, Odessa, Sedalia, Warrensburg, and our newest location in Marshall. Now with 6 locations, we can best serve West Central Missouri. Call Collision Leaders today in any market, or visit us online at collisionleaders.com, the crown of quality.
Welcome back to the Pablo and Chuck Show. This week, our reporter Asher is going to talk to the cross-country team.
This is Tailgate Talks.
Central Missouri Cross Country headed down south this past Saturday to compete in their second race of the season. However, the start had a little bit of a twist. With thunderstorms rolling through Joplin in the early morning, it caused a 30-minute delay for the race's start. With this curveball, we wanted to know how some of the athletes handled the late start.
Yeah, so the weather delay was definitely, I think it was expected, and so I definitely handled that a bit better than I feel like most people would. And so the way that I handled that was, a big thing was eating, and so eating was like, the race was at 8:45, for example. I like to eat like 3 hours before the race, so I would have eaten at let's say 6 o'clock if that's when I'm going to wake up.
I mainly just tried to relax on the bus as much as I could before the race. That way I was not stressed going in, and I just tried to drink as much water because I knew it would get hot eventually and the humidity would be a problem since it just rained. That was just what I used to handle it.
But knowing that there could be a possible delay, I was able to delay that eating, or I was able to eat a pretty bigger meal. And so that's kind of how I handled that delay, I guess.
Central Missouri had a variety of expectations heading into this meet. With plenty of freshmen racing and it being their first time racing in 8K, we asked the Mules' top freshman finisher what his goals were heading into this meet.
My initial goal was sub 26, and I did reach that, which was amazing. I had no idea what to expect with an 8K. I actually felt like I still had to race a lot longer, but I'll take it.
The Mules also had a medalist in this race, placing in the top 30. We got his thoughts on what his plans were going into the race and how he got the job done.
So I actually had a few goals. So compared to SBU, a few weeks ago, one of my biggest goals was to get out fast. And what I've noticed in previous years is getting out faster actually helps me to maintain the pace a lot better instead of building up and having to pass people, later in the race. That's something where I really emphasize that. And so even my teammates telling me, wow, Alejandro, you got out fast in that first 200 meters. It was just like that's what I needed to do, and I knew I could maintain it. And I think part of it was going in the goal. One of my goals was just confidence and being fearless. And so it was just being I can go out there, regardless if I'm scared to do it or not, I'm going to do it. And so I did, and then I held it. So that was really one of my goals, was just to get out fast.
This race was a good building block for the cross-country team on the road to conference and regionals. With the conference championships only 5 weeks away, we asked the team how they plan to build off of this race, both individually and as a group collectively.
So one thing that I want to do going into this next race is just having the team write down their goals. So one thing that I did this past race at Moso was writing down my goals. And so that helped me with my confidence, something that I just never really done before, but I had heard was really beneficial going into a race. So I think one thing that we can all strive to do is we don't have to talk about our goals, but make sure like we're actively writing them down and having a goal. So
all I would like to see is just we race the same course later for regionals this year. We just improve on our times for 8K splits, and the 10K would be amazing. And then for myself, just try to improve my own endurance mainly. Just get better. I don't know, it sounds cliche, but whatever, just get more fit.
Well, that'll do it for our sports segment. Thanks for watching.
Well, that's all we have this week, folks. We hope you enjoyed.
I'm Paige Schoen.
And I'm Charlie Meredith, and this was Bit by Bit. See you next time.